How's it going, everybody? So, me and Caitlin both put out on the family Instagram and my Instagram that I was going to do a Q&A session. And we got a bunch of questions, and I'm going to answer them for you guys. And I'm also going to throw out the name of the person who asked the question. Alright, so the first one I have is from HMS Stella. And it says, "How did you two meet?" Well, she was at my grandma's house, and my grandma was showing her pictures of me while I was in Afghanistan, and she messaged me on Facebook, and that's how we met. Next question is from Kenna Main 16. If I said your name wrong, I'm sorry. I'm probably going to mess a lot of them up. Says, favorite part about having kids? I would have to say watching them grow up. At one time, they're just really little, can't really do anything. And then it seems like 2 years flies by, and Hank is just going around, running everywhere, jumping, playing. Jax is getting to the stage where he can almost sit up on his own. And before that, he couldn't really even hold his head still. He was kind of just... And now he's growing up a little bit. So I'd say that's my favorite part about having kids, is watching them grow up. Next question is from Cookie1254. Do you have any insecurities? Not really. When I shave my face, I don't like the way that looks. I like the look of my beard. So I guess you could kind of say that's one. But that's really all I got for that one. The next one I got is from Madison Priest. It says, favorite color and next tattoo. Well, my favorite color is blue, and I don't know what my next tattoo is going to be. I kind of have some ideas. I'm just not sure yet. Probably a lot of filler to finish out my sleeve on this arm to kind of cover up some of the crappy ones and just get the skin coverage. The next one is from Bonnie Ann XX, and they are asking, next baby, boy or girl? For me, it really doesn't matter. When we had our first one, I wanted a boy, Caitlin wanted a girl. I got my boy, so I was happy. We had the second one, it was a boy too, and she wanted a girl. I didn't care either way. So for the next one, if there's one, then I guess I go ahead and say girl. That way Caitlin's not completely out. So my next one, this is another one that I can't really pronounce, I guess, but it's spelled DAHLIAC04. So Daliak 04 maybe? But it says Hank and Jack's birth weight. Hank, I think he was like 8 pounds and 2 ounces. And Jax was like 6 pounds, 11 ounces or 12 ounces, one of the two. So Hank was definitely the bigger of the two babies. The next one comes from this dummy that I work with. His name is Trey Reed. And he is asking me why my uncle has a man crush on one of our other superintendents named Doug. Well, the answer to that is because he probably actually treats him right, unlike you, Trey, because you are just a mean superintendent. And that's why he no longer has a man crush on you, because ever since you switched from an orange hard hat to a white one, you've just become terrible. I mean, I called you yesterday to help me get access to a part of a building, and you turned me down. So therefore, I no longer have a man crush on you. Speaking of my Uncle Jim, here's my next question. His question is, what does the fox say? Well, my answer to that is, you've hunted for way longer than me, and your dad was a big-time fox hunter. So you should know exactly what a fox says. Our next question comes from my Uncle Jim's wife, my Aunt Teresa. She says, who got pied in the face on Thanksgiving? I have a cousin that took an entire pie went over to another cousin whose name is Sam, and when she wasn't paying attention, he took the pie and smashed it into her face. It was hilarious. Everybody thought it was funny but Sam. And Sam, if you're watching this, it was funny. And it'll probably happen again. Next question is from my Aunt Teresa again. And she says, what are two dragons? So we like a lot of stupid movies, and one of those movies are Starsky and Hutch, and the Two Dragons comes from the remake of it, where they're trying to get the information from one of the criminals, and the guy tells them that he wants to see two dragons, so Starsky and Hutch are acting like dragons. Next, we have a question from Abby Neiman. I think it's Neiman, I'm not sure. If I say it wrong, I'm sorry. But she asked what my 5 favorite animals are. So, I would have to say my first favorite animal is a deer. Don't know why, but I like them. From there, everybody hates this animal, but I don't. I like possums. So, number 3, I would say a raccoon. Number 4, I would say dogs. And number 5, horses. My next question is from Morgan Emily 25. If you had 5 more kids, what would you name them? Well, I'm not sure about 5 of them, but I could probably come up with 5 names. When we had our first one, we were going to come up with the idea of Hank, Willie, and Waylon if we had 3 boys. So I would throw Willie and Waylon in there somewhere, as long as they're a boy. I like the name River, and I'd go boy or girl with that. I don't know, we can get crazy and combine mine and Caitlin's name. So Rylan, take the first part of my name, the last part of her name, combine it into Rylan. And for a 5th one, I like this name, but Caitlin does not, but I would go ahead and say Obi. My next question comes from SBath126. And it says, how many kids do you have? Right now we have 2. We have 2 boys. Hank, he's the oldest. He will be 2 this coming up September. We're in July right now, so July, August, 2 months he'll be 2. And then we have Jax. He is getting ready to turn 5 months old. So this is a question that is probably trying to set me up for failure. It is from Caitlin. And it says, favorite thing about your wife. So now she's coming over here while I answer this one. What is my favorite thing about Caitlin? She pretty much just let me live my life. If I go fishing, she doesn't really care that much. She just lets me go fishing. Especially if it's with her dad. That, and she's real nice and loving and caring.
I really busted my trachea.
And my final question is from, I'm probably really going to butcher this one, so sorry in advance. But it looks like Ada Zacchio. And they are asking what my favorite memory is. I would probably say my favorite memory is... I don't know, this is a tough one. Probably when I was really little, this is one of the first things I can actually remember because I have a terrible memory. But for Christmas one year, my grandparents got me this little motorized car. It was called a Big Wheel. And I drove it all the time. And even when I started to get too big for it, I still continued to drive it, even though it went super slow. But that's probably one of my favorite memories, is getting that. So, thank you guys for all the questions, and I'll see you on the next video.